Before we start the video, I'd like to tell you that we're Royal Brothers, a bike rental company in over 40 cities in India. Recently, we've added the Dominar 2019 to our fleets in Bangalore, and very soon we'll have the Dominar as well as the Interceptor in all the 40 cities that we're present in.
Hello riders, it's a very beautiful day and I thought of doing a short ride, and I've come to a place called Shettiali Church, which is 200 kilometers away from Bangalore. I have done the touring today on Interceptor, and let me talk more about on this.
हाँ यार, अपडेट के साथ आया हूँ और डोमिनेट करने वाला हूँ.
ठीक है देखते हैं. That doesn't mean Dominar is better than Interceptor.
क्या?
टोपी दे.
Now I know most of you have seen a dozen or more reviews about the Dominar 2019, but trust me, this is almost a brand new bike. Let's not get into the nitty-gritties and specifications that you find everywhere on the internet and take a straight deep dive into the soul of this machine. The Bajaj team that has worked on version 2 of the Dominar 400 have really paid attention to the feedback given by their patrons. The first thing you'll notice is that this bike growls with the bassy notes echoing throughout the rev range, adding to that excellent audio partnership that comes with, the new Dominar experience. The engine has been fine-tuned to bring out more juice from its triple sparking cylinder. A higher compression ratio means peak torque now comes a little later in the RPM range, thereby effectively stretching the power band a little. As for refinement, the DOHC setup allows the mechanical parts in the cylinder head to function more efficiently, resulting in a smooth, free revving characteristic that urges you to keep that throttle fully twisted. So now you've seen the Dominar, you've had a chance to check out all the bells and whistles it has on offer. What do you think of it? Be honest, huh? Don't just say because you're a Royal Enfield guy.
You want me to be honest?
Yeah.
Well, your Dominar engine will not match up the 650 pedal twin refinement.
650? That's a 650 engine?
Yes, it is a 650.
How much power does it produce?
47 PS.
47 PS. 47 PS is honestly a joke, man. I have half the engine and it produces 40 PS of power. Not only that, the suspensions have been reworked, so this thing carves the canyon, it sticks to the road. You should just ride this once and see how it goes. I mean, honestly, you'll love it.
Well, if you're talking about performance and handling, a simple tweak on the rear suspension, you get the handling.
Oh man, you've got to keep changing stuff on that, and I got a modern bike, man, and I've got a modern console here. I've got gear shift indicator, I've got tubeless tires, you haven't.
Well, I understand. You have a lot of gizmos, you have tubeless tire, etc, etc. But at the end of the day, this is modern classic with British charm.
British charm. Oh, I thought we're riding on Indian roads, my friend. What use is British charm here?
A few moments later.
As you saw, our little argument there turned out to be a never-ending debate. So to make things clearer, we decided to switch our rides and hit the road in hope of finding the right answer. So where do we begin with this baby? This esoteric twin-cylinder refinement, or that flat torque curve, or perhaps just a feeling of an era that was more real and charming? All ideally translated into a motorcycle coming from one of the nation's most beloved stables. Welcome the Royal Enfield Interceptor. For decades, Royal Enfield played the piper of our hearts, beckoning everyone from near and far to take part in their thumping beat and to ride their signature style. This time, however, they have outdone themselves and finally made a legitimate entry into the twin-cylinder motorcycle market. The Interceptor in itself feels like a natural progression from a bullet owner's point of view. The company has worked hard at adding a big helping of refinement to their brand new engine. Gone are the days when Royal Enfield owners had to make do with a gargantuan vibey thumper. The Interceptor has a notably smooth and stress-free 650cc engine and that just loves to glide along. Unlike their single-cylinder counterparts, this engine feels responsive and light while constantly encouraging you to rev higher. A heart that ultimately produces 47 PS of power and 52 Nm of torque in its corresponding peaks. Surprisingly, all this energy is very well transferred into the rear wheel, aided by a nice set of gear ratios that help deliver the goods on offer. Considering all this, the Interceptor has a thick mid-range where you will find ample pull from almost any gear barring the 6th. Forget the numbers for a moment and let's talk about the feel of this motorcycle. Being a twin cylinder, the low-end tractability is often intoxicating and is ideally suited for torque-biased Indian riders or the torque-biased conditions they ride in. Simply put, you're gonna have fun pulling out of traffic congestions, red lights, your girlfriend's driveway, squid attacks and other random situations. The Interceptor loves rocketing to 130 km per hour and is happy to stay there all day long, zero fucks given. I state this quite explicitly because of how the old bullets tended to vibrate like a mini earthquake when driven hard. On the other hand, when you look at the tachometer and get to ride the Interceptor, you'll feel a healthy red line with a decent dollop of power and torque before it. So without an iota of doubt, this engine is a big step up for Royal Enfield, and deservedly so. Another thing that impressed me right out of the gate is its smooth clutch action assisted by a true gearbox. Again, something of an issue in many Royal Enfield bikes of the past. Combine these two aspects to a classic retro design chassis and voila, the Interceptor is born. However, let me throw some light on a few negative points about the bike. One, it's slightly uncomfortable for all tall riders who would need an option of adjustable seat height at least. 2, a future update with better brake feel and switchable ABS will really do well. 3, the suspension setup with traditional front forks and dual rear suspensions does the job, but it also makes it a slightly nervous ride at high speeds. And finally, there are a couple of issues with either the fueling or the ECU when low-grade fuel is used. All that being said, the Interceptor is still an ideal step up for anyone looking to enter the twin-cylinder classic market. Moreover, the bike is practically unchallenged when it comes to cost of ownership, extensive service reach, and minimal service costs. I mean, the bike rocks, man. Need I say more?
Coming back to the Dominar, the energy the single cylinder displaces, you really cannot ask for much more than this. The bike feels completely at ease and races to 3-digit speeds, hampered only by the unrelenting wind blast while doing so. Also, worth mentioning is the Dominar's silent drivetrain. You can hardly hear the chain and sprockets working. The clutch is pliable, accurate, and provides good feedback, giving a premium feel to the bike. Now, riding fast is one thing, but experienced riders always make sure that they can stop as fast as they can ride. The answer in this case is a resounding yes. The ABS works like a charm. It's non-intrusive and very sure-footed. How about canyon carving? You ask. The Dominar has a wheelbase size that gives you a good balance between stability on the straights and flickability on those bendy curves. The wide handlebars make it easy to throw the bike around in your intended direction. The gearbox is typically clunky, but it's also very precise and effortless to work through. The rear suspensions in the upgraded Dominar are softer than before, yet they have somehow managed to do that without sacrificing the handling. The USD forks in the front are an absolute game changer, greatly improving the overall stability, feel and feedback from the surface of the road. Having said that, don't expect it to be as nimble as the KTM Duke 390, which is lighter and has a shorter wheelbase. Overall, the new Dominar feels really planted and pleasurable to ride. And finally, a shout out for one of the best headlights in the motorcycle market. Maybe I have talked too much good about this bike and need to throw in a few negative points. So here goes. The refuel warning comes on too early and I don't like a perpetual warning sign on my console. The dual console by itself looks like an unnecessary design gimmick. And typical Bajaj issues like wear and tear of the rubber gasket on the lower fairing, crash guard not being attached on all points. Horrifying. I know. Still the bike performed remarkably well. All in all, the new Dominar is an ultra competitive product, brimming from top to bottom with goodies. It has a good chance of being accepted by the masses and repeating what Pulsars did in the sub 200cc segment. If nothing, it's one hell of a fun ride that Bajaj has come up with.
So, you've just done 50 kilometers on this. It's a beauty, isn't she?
Well, yes, I did. Let's discuss it over a coffee.
That's a good idea. Alright man, the coffees are here, but the verdict remains. What do you say?
Well, brother, I'm an old school guy. Anything retro, I'm always game for it. But the new 2019 Dominar is really promising. After the ride, it has come out with flying colors. I'm impressed.
Oh come on man, don't be diplomatic. Give me an answer. Tell me that the Dominar is the winner.
You've been taking my day home. As long as you do not follow me, Dominar is a winner.
If you like this video, then please like, share, subscribe, and please hit the bell icon to see more content like this.